pretty funny lately. You know, he's coming up with these. It's like unbelievable. But now I want.
That's what we talk about when you're not around, Jay.
Well, you talk about me, I know, because it's just the way it is. You know. But that's okay. We love you anyway. And I want you to tell everybody, first of all, how you got into doing what you're doing, so we can get to know Judy a little bit, Judy Ruston, who's the promoter and manager. Is that right? Did I get that right?
You did.
Yes.
So take it away, Judy. Tell us.
I've just always loved country music and anything to do with country music. Music Road Radio brought me on as PR and promotions director for them. I worked at that a little over a year. In the last month or so of me working there, Brock, I guess you could say Brock discovered me on Facebook. He had asked me to help him manage his music page. So I took that on and I started doing that. And when I first seen people posting Brock's songs, I didn't listen right away. I'm not the type to jump on the bandwagon just because everybody else is.
That's what makes Judy Judy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. The first song I finally listened to of Brock was his cover of Lady Down on Love by Alabama.
Wow.
When I heard him sing that, I was just in shock, I guess you could say. I could not believe that somebody could cover that song as well as Brock did. So that is what sparked my interest in Brock Wayne.
Cool. But what got you introduced into producing? I mean, not producing, but managing, and why that end of the business?
Brock asked me to come on as his manager, just simply because Brock believes in me, and he's seen things in me that I didn't know I had.
Ah, so the entity grows. Isn't that amazing? How one thing feeds the other.
That's exactly right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's that old saying, one door closes and another opens, and the sky is the limit.
That's for sure. Oh, by the way, did I tell I do country? You see, you guys rank on me about country. I like country, right? But I do country. I did a couple of country covers myself.
Yeah, you did a little Elvis cover of Blue Christmas, right?
I was a little more country than that, Ernie Abbott. I mean, I covered Kenny Rogers
live on air.
What was that, Judy?
I remember your Blue Christmas cover.
Oh, you do? Well, that wasn't quite the one I was talking about, but okay. And did you like it?
I've heard just about all yours, Jay.
Oh, okay. So how come you didn't jump to promote me? Oh, wait, I'm not a country singer. All right, that's okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
You could become part of
maybe because you're smart. Maybe that's why.
It could be, but I do love your singing.
Well, thank you, my dear. I appreciate it.
Judy.
Maybe we'll have to do that sometime.
What was that, Brock? I'm sorry, you broke up.
We'll have to do a duet of that sometime.
You better believe it. I could do a little Kenny Rogers. I'm.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, I love Kenny Rogers, man. I love me some Kenny Rogers.
You gotta know when to hold them.
Shut up, Ernie Abbott. Just shut up, all right? Because I'm getting fed up with you, Ernie Abbott.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run.
Sing that song, you bitch.
Hey, what did you say?
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Hey, this is a family network over here, man. What are you talking about?
Since when?
You hit that 7-second delay button on that.
I did twice.
I guess that's why it says explicit right above your profile on Spreaker, right?
Yeah, got to put that there just in case, because I have a habit of ranting every once in a while, Brock, and I get carried away, so I have to cover myself just in case.
Another thing I'll tell you to always say is, in the world where you can be anybody or anything in the world you can be, for God's sake, be yourself.
That's it. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because people, if half of the people who who try to be something they're not, took that effort in trying to be somebody else, just being themselves, they'd be a better person for it.
Right, you know, and it would be, it's sad to me that they'll never know themselves.
Yeah.
That they'll never truly know themselves.
That's true. That's very true. I
Your
mean, look,
time is
nobody's
limited.
perfect.
I stepped on your toes. See that? Your
Yeah,
is
well, I
limited.
got my shoes. I got my steel tip shoes on, so I always wear them. So that's no problem or any of it. But if you do it again, I'm going to have to come over there.
Yeah, all I was going to say is your time is limited, so don't waste it living somebody else's life, like Rocky was saying, man.
Right. There you go. And you know what? The thing is the meaning of life and the purpose of life are two completely different things. I think the meaning of life is to find yourself, and the purpose of it is to live it.
That's right.
Live that year.
You know, people might forget what you said or forget what you did, but they're never going to forget how you made them feel, Brock.
That's true. That's true.
That's my job, you know, and I'll cherish it.
There's nothing else, you know, you mentioned it earlier when you said, you know, you do it for the money, the fame, it comes, but that's not the main reason why we do this. And on a smaller scale, I learned that so early. It's just the look on their faces, if people are really enjoying what you're doing and they're really in tune to what you're singing, especially or country, or if you're doing sonata, whatever you're doing, whatever you're singing or performing, and you can look out and see that, or even afterwards, the interaction with people afterwards, how they come up to you and just say, well, thank you very much. That was really touching. And well, for me, it's like I've had people come up and say, you know, I can't believe how much you sound like Sinatra. You brought me back to those days as a Bobby Sox, you know, the older women would come up. It's just, that's the feeling. That's what carries you through.
But is it tough, though? Let me ask you, too. Is it tough when you get the maybe some criticism or some negative feedback?
If it's
How do you
honest,
handle that?
I think if it's honest, no, it does nothing but help you. But if it's done as a dig, oh yeah, you think, you know, that bullshit I don't even listen to.
Right.
Bill Cosby once said, he said, I can't tell you the secret to success, but I can tell you that the secret to failure is trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
And if you talk to that, it's very true. There are going to be critics. There are going to be people, I mean, you know, honestly, it's some people's job, and some people just simply aren't going to like you. But that doesn't mean that I can't like them back as a person.
Right.
I'll simply shake their hand and take what they have to say and appreciate it because it is honesty. I can take honesty all day long.
That's right. And you can tell when people are honest about what they're saying, or if they're just, you know, trying to stroke you for whatever it is that they're trying to do. But
Absolutely.
I believe that 100%.
And, you know, just to quote this to you, Brock, moving forward, you know, remember Aristotle from back in the days of the Greek times and so forth. He said, there's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing.
Amen.
And, you know,
if you're going to put yourself out there, you have to expect that. And that's brilliant. I mean, that's so true. It's so true.
And take that from Ernie, because he was there when Aristotle wrote that.
As a matter of fact, I carved it out on a tablet with a hammer and
a chisel.
And a chisel. Right?
Wow.
That's right, man.
A hammer and a chisel.
That was after you were there when the Ten Commandments were written out, right?
I was there with Greek Moses when he came down from that mountain, brother.
That's right. That's because he had the experience from Aristotle. So he tried. In fact, Ernie Abbott was the one that recorded the second one. It's like, you know, back then they didn't have copy paper, so he had to, you know, redo everything. And it took him. How long did it take you to do that?
You guys really are great. You're good people.
Well, thank you,
man.
Brock.
Right back at you, Brock. Right back at you, man. And
now, I want to play another song, but I can't get my paws on it. This is terrible. Everything said,
oh, you're missing the
Show Me a Good Woman.
What's that?
Show Me a Good Woman.
Oh, that's a great song.
I know, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's...
Judy, can you send it to him in an email?
Can you resend it, Judy?
Which email?
Send it to nighttalk@sandsplace.net. Shall I say that slowly for you?
I talk to fansplace.net.
Yeah, baby.
You got it, darling. It's coming right up.
All right, I'll download that. I want to quickly say hello to Solomon Radio, and he's been with us for a little while now. Michael Seitzer's been with us for but it's almost a half hour now, so I'm sorry, Michael, I didn't get a chance to say hello to you. And Judy, you wanted to say hello to Michael on the air, didn't you?
Hi, Michael.
And there it is. See how things are done here.
I've been talking to him in the chat room. Hey, Michael. Good to know you're listening, buddy.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Brock, I noticed on your page you have a show coming up on the March the 30th, I believe, on the what's the station called? It's like the
Right. That's right. That's a staged show. It's where people don't have to. It's a virtual live show, and I'm doing this all for appreciation of my fans. I set the price to anything that you can pay, whether that be 50 cents or $50. Whatever you can pay it, and you can sit in the comfort of your own home, not have to get out, especially if you have kids, and spend some time with me. And I'm going to play live and get to know some folks that way.
That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on You Stage It?
Yes, sir.
and how do you go about getting to there? What's
just click on the link. If you go to my page, just press on the link itself, and it'll pop you up, and it'll give you the option to purchase your ticket now, to join the event, and be a part of it with me.
cool? Does this have a name, this event, or is it just
A Night with Brock Wayne?
Okay, cool.
My uncle Bruce is a professional jazz musician, and he's done some shows on You Stage It and it's a great platform, very well done. Like you say, you can sit right in the confines of your home and relax. And with you offering just a donation for people to go in there and listen in is tremendous, man, on your part. Give back to your listeners and fans.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That really is. I like that.
Thank you. I mean, without these fans, I'm nothing, and they will always know my appreciation for them, I hope.
Have you ever been on the Grand Ole Opry stage yet, Brock?
No, I brushed that a couple times in 2011 and 12 when I came back to Nashville. I actually signed. I'm not going to say the label's name on air, but believe it or not, Jay, they're out of New York. New York, Nashville, and down in Orlando. But I brushed the greatness of the Grand Ole Opry a couple times, but it never really happened.
Well, that's coming, so that's something to look forward to.
Yes, sir. That's
Heck yeah.
I guess you could equate that to the stage at Radio City in New York.
Absolutely.
How do I ask this question? What do you anticipate the feeling being like to stand on that stage?
You know, if I remember any of it while I'm up there,
there's the answer. That's it.
You know, it's that big. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with that stage or anything else, but they have a big circle cut out from the original Grand Ole Opry, and the line, and I mean everybody from Hank and Senior. I mean all the greats, Lefty Frizzell, anybody who's anybody. They've all stood on that in that circle, and it's called the Mother Church of Country Music, and it really is. And to be a part of that would be enough for me. I could retire after that moment. But I so look forward to it. It's that special. It's that special.
And I can't wait to see you stand in
That's one venue I can't wait to get into someday, man. I've never been there. Love to get in there.
Incredible.
Jay, check your email, please.
I certainly will.
Brock is also, with his recording effort coming up here, the recording studio you're going into, Brock, is pretty historically based. The tracking room out there in Nashville.
Yeah, I just